So the Kansas City Chiefs are literally making a huge impact in this offseason and in this free agency. Now, I know they haven't done much, but y'all got to remember, they re-signed Chris Jones, who would have been the best defensive tackle by a mile in free agency. So bringing him back was very, very good for the Kansas City Chiefs, because letting a guy like Chris Jones go, it definitely would have been very bad for them. It wouldn't have went well, man. It really wouldn't have went well. They also re-signed one of the best linebackers in free agency, and that's in Drew Tranquill. They also signed Hollywood Brown to a 1 year, $11 million, and they signed Irv Smith as a quality depth, backup tight end. So the Kansas City Chiefs, they're making some very, solid moves, some very, very solid moves. It's not doing too much, just some solid moves that's gonna help them get this three-peat. And something is telling me that they're not done yet. I really have a feeling the Kansas City Chiefs are not done at all. I believe it's more moves they're going to make. I believe they're going to do very, very good in the draft. And I have actually a lot of things that they could do in this video. I'm going to be giving y'all some free agent targets. I'm going to be giving y'all some possible dudes in the draft. And I do believe that they're going to make a good amount of moves that's going to push this team and keep pushing them forward. Now, there's still a lot of needs. Not a lot, but there's still needs that we have. Obviously, we need an offensive tackle. We need another edge rusher. We may even need another safety, possibly. We definitely need running back depth. We need running back depth. That's whether we sign one and then draft one, but we do need at least 2 more running backs. So there's still a lot of things that we have to, fix. And we might even need a corner since Snead is leaving. And we're going to need another wide receiver. Now, I'm not saying we got to have a Pro Bowler at all of those positions, but, just fill those positions up with some depth players and some reliable players, And we also need a defensive tackle. That's either a nose tackle or another pass rushing defensive tackle next to Chris. But we definitely need a defensive tackle that could, take the attention off of Chris at least sometimes, or at least thrive off of the attention that Chris Jones gets, Something like that. So just keep filling out this defense while you're steadily improving the offense as well. And that's the formula to the Chiefs for this offseason, man. So now, obviously, the Kansas City Chiefs, they achieved their primary offseason goal, like I said, and that was to keep Chris Jones. Now, we know that was their main goal. That's what they wanted to do, keep Chris Jones, and that's exactly what they did. Chris Jones is still a Kansas City Chiefs. He remains a Kansas City Chief, and that's what we wanted, right? Like, we didn't want to lose Chris Jones, so we knew, if we lose him, now that changes our whole offseason, and we automatically, the defense automatically takes a hit. Automatically. You lose a dude like Chris Jones, defense automatically takes a hit. There's no doubt about that. So we're happy that didn't happen. And it also helps us because other teams didn't get a chance to get him. Now, say we would have let him go, the Raiders could get him, or the Bengals. Now our rival has the best defensive tackle in the league. So it's just a great thing that we kept him, and it was the right move by the Kansas City Chiefs to keep one of the most dominant pass rushers in the NFL on their team, man. So any other move that we make this offseason is honestly just considered minor to what we did by re-signing Chris Jones. But another very good move that we made this offseason that I've been talking about is signing Marquise Brown. There's no secret that changed everything for the Kansas City Chiefs. There's literally no secret that Marquise Brown changes everything. We all know that. Now, it reinforces the wide receiver depth chart. That's for sure. He immediately improves the talent in our wide receiver core. And in order for him to be that pick, the Chiefs got to steal. No way they did this. How did they do it? He's going to have to perform very well inside the Chiefs' offensive system. And I expect him to do that, man. I really expect him to do that. And with the Chris Jones deal, we're going to touch back on that. We gave him 5 years, $95 million. And that's guaranteed. $95 million guaranteed. So us giving him a contract like that, it goes to show you that he's very important to the team. And I ain't gonna lie, he might be the 3rd most important player on the team behind Mahomes and Travis Kelce. And an argument could be made that he was the 2nd most impactful player on the Chiefs roster at times of their Super Bowl runs, man. Jones recorded 26 sacks and 58 quarterback hits in the last 2 seasons. He has made 5 straight Pro Bowl rosters. Sorry, I told you I don't cut out nothing. Y'all gonna have to hear my mistakes. I may not be professional, but I like to be raw and keep it real. But keeping Chris Jones was a huge signal of intent from the Chiefs ownership that the franchise they're gonna keep trying to get as many Super Bowl titles as possible in the Mahomes era. And we need Jones, man. He's one of the best defensive players in the NFL. And we just couldn't afford to lose him while he's in his prime. And like I said, when it comes to the 1-year, $11 million deal with Brown, let's touch back up on that. It was crazy, man. Getting him for $11 million after Mooney got overpaid, after Gabe Davis got overpaid, it was a great move by Veach. I mean, his production dropped off over the last 2 seasons with the Arizona Cardinals. He only had 574 receiving yards last season, but he is still young. I mean, he's 2 years removed from a 1,000-yard campaign with the Baltimore Ravens. And his lack of success with the Cardinals is really due to, Arizona's awful quarterback play before Kyler Murray returned from injury. And then when Kyler Murray did return from injury, he wasn't even the exact same Kyler Murray. He's still getting back to his old form. And sometimes I do make mistakes because I talk very fast, so that's another problem. But pairing Brown with Mahomes could definitely get Hollywood Brown his career back and give the Chiefs yet another weapon in the passing game. And the Chiefs, they desperately needed a reliable pass catcher behind Rice and Kels. So if Brown could just get close to his 1,000-yard form in 2024 with the Chiefs, then this signing would go down as one of the greatest signings in Chiefs history. And when we talk about Drew Tranquill, who I brought up in the beginning of the video, he had a very good year, 78 tackles and 4.5 sacks out of the linebacker position. We gave him a 3-year, $19 million deal to stay with the Chiefs, which was very, very good, and it worked out for both sides of the both sides. He got his good amount of money, but he took a pay cut kind of, and the Chiefs, they got another 3 years with a very good linebacker. So that was very, very good. And back to Hollywood Brown. So Patrick Mahomes, he loved what he's heard about Hollywood Brown. He mentioned that he's gonna help him. Hollywood Brown's going to help them win a 3rd consecutive Super Bowl. He said he brings a ton of dynamic playmaking ability, and it's very good to add a guy like that who's going to come in, work, and be hungry. So, yeah, man, it just feels good to have a chance to have that explosive offense back, and I really hope it happens for the Kansas City Chiefs. So, overall, man, the Chiefs are having a very good offseason, and we're not done yet. And I did say I was going to bring up some draft targets and some free agent targets, but I decided that we're going to leave that for another video, which I might be uploading today, just to, have a lot of versatility in my videos and get y'all a lot of content. Chiefs priority, and I'm out, man. Peace.